All right, well, Nathan, take it away then.
Okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to this lovely podcast of the Four Horsemen with me, Ben, Jesse, and Gavin as your hosts.
Helloing.
Hello.
That was
Hello
That
that
felt
was
again.
great.
very great.
Wait, what? I,
Mm,
I I just did that voice just to do a voice, so
of
It was
course.
good.
it was basically the voice I would put on when I did a radio show.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Remind me
Um.
never to listen to that video show.
Wow, Jess.
Damn, Jess, off.
Just showing up with the
Jeez.
low blows. What the heck?
Well, he can't use his knees, so anything that is a low
Okay.
blow. So,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
hey, come on, come on.
It
Hey,
was
Ben's
still
just
out of
too happy
taste a
I'm
little bit.
taking it
You
all
gotta
off of you.
admit.
Out of taste.
Hey, we could have went after you, Ben.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay,
Well,
I don't want to
Like,
hear it.
oh, okay,
well,
okay,
there
okay.
you go, Ben.
I don't want to hear from you boys.
So,
We won't
Uh.
skip
Well
that,
then,
though.
well, then I'll just say poopy.
actually, Ben, would you like to lead us off for what we're talking about tonight?
Well, Gavin just got back from Florida. I figured we'd let him start off with a story from there, and then we
Uh,
can dive in, or we can segue into something else from that.
Did you just say dive
You know what I mean.
in? Okay,
do we
okay.
know what you mean though? Do you know what you're saying? Are you even speaking words right now?
Are
I'm not.
you?
I am.
I am not.
Why are you getting
I
me in
am
the
speaking
mindset?
Latin. Because
Okay,
that's the mindset that I've been in ever since I left.
and didn't you say you? Where did you go in Florida? Did you go to
I
Orlando?
went to the Tampa Bay area.
Oh, okay.
Because okay, so I'll preface most of this. The people we went to visit are like one of my mom's longtime friends, her best friend and her family. We were pretty much living there with them for that while. So so much fun. Let's see. One of them he's going into the army here very soon, but he's labeled as the redneck of the group.
Oh, of course. Every group has one.
Ben.
No, Ben, he is not a redneck. Like it was sad. It felt. I would almost say that it felt like being in LA again if I was around a bunch of teenagers.
Ah,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry for
kind of
your
how it
loss.
felt the entire time. I was hoping for Florida, redneck.
Oh yeah,
You're talking.
like full on
No,
redneck alligator wrestler kind of Florida.
that's what I was hoping for,
Here's the thing.
but not
You're
what I
in.
got.
You went to Tampa Bay, which is a very, very. I'm just gonna say this lightly. It's a very democratic area.
Well,
Oh,
and
I
it's
know.
also
If you want to go more
well, and another thing is the
chaotic,
Tampa Bay area is also like a very big metropolitan city area.
exactly. The more
Well,
city, the
a
less
lot of
rednecks.
Florida is. Yeah,
But
I don't
here's the
know.
thing.
It wasn't too fun.
Also home of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Let's go. But
And the Dolphins, you
if you
can't
Oh,
want,
forget
believe
about
me, I
them.
know.
dude.
Yeah.
I'm a hockey player. I cannot watch any other
Have
sport
you been
without being
keeping up
bored.
with that recently?
Yes.
Dude, there's a steakhouse over on the square that my parents go to all the time, and that's where they've been like the past week and a half, 2 weeks is just up there almost every night watching the hockey games.
Yeah. Tell them to get the NHL channel. It's awesome. But here's the thing. As a well-known person that likes to dabble in everything, I really like just doing dumb just to see what happens.
Oh, absolutely. I'm pretty sure all of us do.
But I'm gonna stop,
Nah, I'm
wasting
definitely the
Gavin's
least.
time, and he can tell us a story about what he saw in Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, dude.
Eh, honestly, okay. It felt like being around here in Texas with like just kind of more trees. Honestly, like I was really looking for anything that was truly different, but no. Whenever I was in the car, it was usually even country music. It was kind of like being here, but not here, closer to the ocean. Um, I know that we've had a lot of like rain while I was gone. It has been more rainy and more humid here than it
Oh,
was in
absolutely.
Tampa.
Like in
I
the
don't
the
know
rain, the
fucking
rain is a
how.
big reason why. The rain is a big reason that kept me here from going to Dallas over the past weekend.
Let me tell you
Um,
this. Since Ben, can I say this real quick?
Go ahead.
So everyone, if you watch the podcast, I mentioned that I work at AutoZone, and my position there is I drive their company vehicles to deliver parts to Toyota, Volkswagen, whatever the dealership
Mhm.
wants it. When that rain started happening, I got into a tiny ass vehicle so I could hydroplane through the street just to have a little fun. I
You
am not going
are
to
Of
lie.
course.
the biggest dumbass I have ever met in my entire life, Nathan. Just throwing
It
that
is
out there.
fun.
I
It is
do I
fun.
I do
Oh,
not care.
no.
You are still the biggest dumbass in the group.
Believe
At
That's
me,
least
at least
you
at
live
that's
least
in
what
you
a
Which
makes
is
it
weren't.
car.
interesting. Which is
No,
interesting
at least you
considering that.
weren't in Tampa, Florida.
Well, I find that
Honestly.
interesting because Jesse was the one who wanted to go to the military.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
my
no, it
mom
makes
wants me
it.
to go.
Well, no, it makes it more interesting because I wanted to be a grunt.
But you're now a pogue.
I. Well, okay, and it wasn't my. It's not my choice to be a pogue.
I mean, you could have just signed up anyways and said, "F it, I'm out."
Yeah, I don't care. My mother refused to let me.
Well, you can sign
Yeah.
up now.
Yeah, I already got a bunch of
But yeah,
stuff
like
ahead. I don't really want to give that up right now.
Fair.
yeah, no, that's just kind of how it's going though. Yeah, no, it really wasn't too fun. I would say the most fun that I had was I've never really thought about it too much, but racing RC cars,
Ooh.
like
Really?
competitive racing.
Wait, there's
I
competitive racing of RC cars?
there
Dude, in
you could
Australia,
look it
they
up.
have
It is
competitive.
crazy.
Dude, in Australia, they gamble on toad races. What else? Like, of course, there's some
Yeah,
organization
Okay.
out there that has professional
There,
RC car racing.
there is a difference between betting on something and watching it for fun.
Okay,
Oh,
I'll give
you
it. I'll
can
give
bet.
it to
You
you
can
there.
bet on RC racing.
yeah. I mean,
I
you
mean,
Well,
can
I
bet
don't
on
know
any
if you
kind of
can
competition.
anymore.
that's
Uh,
probably why. That's probably why it started. It started
uh,
with regular
but like,
betting.
I don't know what really started it, but yeah, no, it like if you ever look up like some professional RC cars, those things are expensive though.
Oh,
Wait,
absolutely.
are those the ones that can just run on water?
Pretty
That's
much.
called an
Like if you put
RC
the right
boat, but
tires on
okay.
them, but like
No, it's a
no,
little
like
RC
cars
car
that
that
can
goes fast enough that can freaking move on water. It's
maybe if
light
you
enough
get a
and it's
Interesting.
fast
nitro
enough.
one, because
Yeah.
like there are some fast ones, and honestly, they were hard to drive at first, because so all right, funny story on that one. So I'm sitting there driving a like $700 RC car, right? I had only learned how to drive it the day before for 5 minutes.
Oh no.
And I was going up against no people that were also new. Everybody that was there apparently had been seriously driving. So let's just say that I came in last, but I have an excuse. I was not ready for
There's
it.
no excuse to being last.
I do have an excuse though. The freaking axle fell off in the last race.
The axle. Wait. No.
So okay,
No way.
so the car is more of a loaner car because like my mom's friend, it's her husband. It's kind of something that he likes to do here and there. He'll go out and he'll race them like on the weekends or something. And yeah, he has a loaner car because of his son. He was trying to get his son into it. He's not really huge into small cars. He's very much so. He's going into the military. He's going to the army for diesel mechanic.
No.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting for sure on him. But yeah, no, they're interesting for sure. I would never get into a car though with that son,
Fast.
honestly. Fast and loose. We were going over speed bumps at least going 60.
That's the best way.
Not
Was
whenever
this
you're
the
getting
electric
6 second
one you're
airtime
talking
almost.
about?
Yeah.
Okay, see, the electric ones you think are fast. Wait till you get one that has a
Oh
radiator
no, I
engine.
saw nitros. There were nitros there
Oh
at
yeah,
that race.
those will go
They have
fast.
little nitro kits on them.
They
It's like a CO2
Wait,
canister full of
kind of
nitro.
do. They do.
One thing I
Literally,
do.
Well,
they are nitro powered.
hell
Have
yeah.
gas. those
That's
things are freaking loud too. Because I had to go out and marshal it. Like if I could find the like little live stream of everything, like I was out there marshaling and making sure helping out wherever I could because there were like only like 20 people there. There really weren't too many. But yeah, no, it was just kind of it was pretty crazy to see it. I don't think though that I would try to race like a nitros kind of buggy because what they're called for their official terms is there are there's technically three different types of RC cars. There is the buggy, which is like the normal one that you would think of. Then there's the truggy, which is just a truck looking one. And then there's the nitros. You could kind of guess the difference.
One thing I want to see in the future, because Jesse said, I don't mean to go off topic, but Jesse said that he wanted to be a music teacher, but he's wanting to be a history teacher as well. I saw a TikTok of a teacher explaining something on the board standing on a hoverboard. Jesse, if you don't do that at some point in the future, I will be very disappointed.
with his legs.
I can see him doing
Hey.
something like that. Like I
No,
can see
what
Jesse
I
being
mean
a
is-
fun teacher.
For the past
No,
2
he would
months.
he would be the guy that just wears like the accurate costumes. Like he spends like a bunch of
Oh,
money
like
on
that
these
one-
costumes to custom build them, and just wears it like during different presentations.
Like
he-
that one
if,
high
like, during-
school social studies teacher. I don't remember his name, but he dressed like George Washington all the time.
By the way, no doxing.
I'm not doxing him. I just don't remember his name, and I'm not gonna say his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you guys know who I'm
uh,
talking about. I just don't remember the name. But I could see Jesse
Yeah.
doing something like that. Just
You know
being
what?
a really cool teacher that everyone loves.
Definitely not on a
I
hoverboard
would
because
definitely do it.
he would get made fun of with like, "Why the do you have that?"
Oh, I wouldn't give two.
Oh, if the
Oh,
students
what-
don't, I'm going to. That is a wasted opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, honestly.
To be honest, if I had to do teaching, I would be the type of teacher that would just roast his students whenever they walk in.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like
Oh, yeah. Okay,
There were
Another
a lot
really
there were a
great
lot of the
off-topic thing
there were a
that I
lot of the
found out.
science teachers that would do that. You'd walk into
If you-
class and they just roast the out of you.
I'm not gonna give a real name
honestly.
because I think it's rude to give out people's names, especially if they don't know what we're talking about. But
Oh, yeah,
do
absolutely.
you guys know the math teacher? His name was
Then
Mr. Fax.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he was
Oh,
a
yeah.
freshman. He was a
Yeah.
freshman and sophomore teacher, wasn't he?
Nope, he was a senior teacher too.
Oh
Was he?
yeah.
I thought he was a junior too.
I think he does all of it.
I don't know.
But-
His
Yeah.
senior classes.
So-
I can see Jesse being like him.
But here's the thing.
Hmm.
I would sit in because I had the 8th period off. I would go get coffee. And he's like, "Hey, what coffee you want, Mr. Fax?" And he's like, "Oh, I want this one, or dealer's choice." And I'm like, "Here's you go." I would just sit in his room and just hear him talk every student that walks in. And I
Yeah.
loved it. Like
Mhm.
here's the thing. He wouldn't go for the people that were obviously trying to learn. He'd be the ones that would be like fing off or they show up
Oh
late
yeah.
and
If
just
you're
game.
if you were fucking around in his class, he would make sure like he would call you out for it, but in a very creative way.
Exactly. Now me, I had him when I was a sophomore.
I had him my freshman year.
Let me tell you this. Him as my sophomore math teacher, oh my god. He was also my first period. And what I used to do is I used to show up late to everything, but I also used to carry a big ass jug of coffee.
I think I remember you telling me about this.
And I would drink coffee during his class, and I'm like, "Hey, can I drink this?" He's like, "You can drink it from the bottle, but if you pour it into a cup, because it was a thermos, a big ass thermos, he's like, if you pour it in the cup, I can't allow that. But if you like sip from the cup, you can't. Like the bottle, you can." I'm like,
Yeah, I think
"Damn!"
I think I remember you telling me something like that.
And that year was also when my second period teacher allowed me to keep creamer in her mini fridge. So I used
Oh
to
my
just go to her
gosh.
class and it's like creamer and coffee, and I used to like just read books.
Bro, I feel like a lot of the teachers loved our class.
No, they despised half of it. The other people were like, "We're cool."
Yeah, I know, but it's like half of the teachers at our school who actually had us enjoyed us, and you could tell you could tell who had which teacher in the past, just given
Oh,
by
wow.
how they interacted with each other.
Speaking of that second period teacher, she also got really mad at me because I would be the guy that would just annoy everybody in the class or just like make a random sound and just laugh my ass off.
Why am I not surprised that this would be coming from you?
Do you remember my Halloween costume my sophomore year?
I think
That-
I do. You're gonna have to refresh my memory.
This is when Among Us was still kind of
Oh, don't
brand
remind me
new
of
and
this.
popular.
Don't remind me of
And
that. I know what you're talking about.
I wore a black astronaut suit during Halloween, and that teacher flipped her shit on me, and I laughed. I literally sat at her desk when she stepped away, put like a black veil mask on, and put a helmet on, and she couldn't see my face, and she's like, "Get to your seat right now."
No, I've never been in a class where we've actually pushed a teacher over the limit. If anything, it was more of they just got fed up with the jokes.
Dude,
But they
was a terrible joke.
never actively got upset or angry at us.
Speaking of jokes,
that
Gavin,
was
Gavin,
Perfect timing, bro. Holy crap.
You're welcome.
thank you, Gavin.
You
You
are
are
absolutely
absolutely
that is a clip if
That is
I've ever heard of it.
Oh,
That
a
was
clip? No,
amazing.
oh my! No, that was
great. No, okay,
Gavin,
okay,
that
Jess,
was
Jess.
amazing.
Okay, you're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about when I say that that was Jess. By the way,
Oh, really?
yeah. You guys don't understand the joke. Okay, real quick on that joke. I met another person. Her name is Jessica, but she goes by Jess as well. So I always make the joke now, constantly, and I only ever call them by Jess, so they always get confused. Like, if
what
you
do
Gavin,
wanted, I could
you're
invite you guys over
absolute.
to the server.
Nah, I have too many to look after right now. But dude,
Oh yeah, speaking of having too
Oh,
many to
God.
look after, Nathan, should we talk about the up and coming event that's happening Saturday?
yes, but you're not allowed to record.
Yeah,
That-
I
that
know,
is
I
a-
know, I know. I'm not recording anything. Like that's the big idea, but I kind of wanted to break it to the other guys that I joined an 8th level party that Nathan is currently running.
Not even the right level.
What level did you say? Did you tell me?
9th. It was 9th.
Okay, close enough, but still.
How
That's
do
like
you
the difference
forget
between an extra
ninth?
spell slot and an extra attack, dude.
Okay, you're forgetting I'm a complete when it comes to it. I've had 2
And-
sessions under my belt and that's it.
I know. This is why I allowed you to join it. It's pretty beginner friendly, and I do by the rule of cool. If it's funny, I'll do it. Also, you need to go over your character sheet with me, or just send it to me so I can check it out
Yeah, if you
before I can
can
greenlit it.
if you can come back, if you can just join VC tomorrow night about like 11 or so, I'll walk you through it and I'll ask any
Yeah.
questions.
Okay, that's fine. I love DMing. It makes me feel good that I don't ever get to play a character.
Speaking of D&D,
I
have you
love
guys
going so off topic.
Okay, well, and this is kind of what the plan was. The plan was just you to tell a story and then we'd segue into whatever topic.
Yeah.
So, on the topic of D&D, have any of you seen the new D&D movie yet?
To be
A
honest, yes.
new one, like the one that came out a few years ago.
No,
It's
the-
the
the
most
current
recent one
one.
that came out like a month and a half
Oh,
ago.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that one.
Has it really just been a month and a half?
I think it's
It
been like
hasn't
a
been
month
that
and a half,
long.
2 months.
Like,
Damn, I
I feel
remember.
like it was closer to like 4
Dude,
or
I'm
5.
losing track of time so
Aren't we
hard.
all?
Oh
No,
yeah,
no,
I
but
know. There's a lot of
legitimately.
videos that I watch on YouTube constantly, and then like
Can I just say this real quick about the D&D movie before we lose topic?
Okay, go ahead.
For the release date, my girlfriend and her family invited me to go watch the movie with them
Oh, lucky.
because her parents and her sisters love Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah. Well, then our DM in the Amnesiac campaign that I streamed twice, she has I'm not name dropping her, but she's got a young son, and she's told me that she's gonna use D&D as when he gets a couple years older, as a way to teach him basic math, which I think is amazing. And it's a very creative,
Oh.
like it's a really creative way to like stimulate your child's brain and teach him like preschool age stuff.
You know what? Fair enough. I learned multiplication from mine, so I think that anything can happen.
I was really good at math when I was younger, but I sucked at English, and I had to be sent to a tutor after school.
Oh, I still suck at English.
Oh,
but
when I
everybody
was
just
in
kind of
middle
accepts
school,
it
I had
now.
to take the test for the gifted talented program.
Oh, I did too.
If you get,
I passed it, mother.
I think me and you were in the same testing session back in 6th grade.
Yeah, I remember because I looked at you and I said good luck, and
I
I
just
just
had like the most
rushed
panicked.
Okay,
you.
that
I just had
hold
like
up.
the most
What?
panicked look. Okay, so for those of
Huh?
you, okay, so let me add some context.
I,
So
remember, I'm not from this area. Around that time, I was coming from like freaking New
Shut up, British
Mexico.
boy.
I am fucking
Damn.
English, all right.
okay, so let me give some context for
say
Gavin.
No hard
Tonight.
feelings.
Nathan,
no
shut
hard
the
feelings,
up.
Gavin, I'm sorry. No hard feelings.
No.
Oh no.
All right, so let me add some context so Gavin can understand. Basically, what the gifted talented program was it took a select group of students from your class, and they got to go on these weird different field trips and workshops and all this different stuff, but you had to take a qualification test. And I guess it was like an IQ test, but for people with ADHD.
Mm.
Because a lot of the people that I
You
knew,
are not wrong, my friend. You are not wrong.
because a lot of the people in that program had ADHD, like me and Nathan. And I remember there was one thing that just absolutely blew my mind once I connected the dots when I got older. It gave us, Nathan, there was a section on that test where it was just a black egg, and we had to add to it and draw it.
Oh, dude, I loved doing that. I thought it was fun as.
Well, and there was also the weird Rorschach thing. I remember that section.
The Rorschach test
Yeah, and then there was a
to see what you can see to mentally, just see what your mental state's at.
Oh gosh.
I've always loved
I
those.
will say it was at least stable back then.
I would actually say the opposite because a lot of people that I'm gonna say this because I don't like using it, but I know it's used at certain terms. Neurodivergent, aka ADHD,
Oh,
people
yeah.
who are just off the wall sometimes.
I literally can't even say anything because I've never even heard of any of this stuff.
Yeah, don't say anything. To be honest, I'm surprised like the schools over where you lived at the time didn't do that. It's very common. here.
No,
It was
no. The
very
only thing
common
that you ever really had was in second grade they would start every student off, which they just got rid of this recently, but there was the New Mexico standardized test called the NMSBA. I still remember that the New Mexico standardized benchmark assessment.
The fitness gram pacer test is a multi.
Oh God,
Oh, don't remind me of that.
The fitness grant pacer test.
Dude, I had
was-
fun during that. I was fit when I was younger.
I was not. I'm still not.
We could go on a couple of laps. It's fine.
I made it like 3 and then I just gave up every time.
Wasn't like the minimum you had to have 20 at least?
No, you had minimum was
No.
15. Minimum was 15.
I remember
Really?
in grade school I thought that minimum in grade school was
It's like for
was
you
like
guys, did you have
20.
like a flat line then? Like everybody
We-
had to do at least a minimum of this?
Yeah, we
That's
had a
how-
flat line where
That's how they did it in middle school and junior high. Is they had a flat line, and once
Okay.
everyone did it, then they quit. I remember in grade
But,
school what
no.
they did. Grade school, what they did was they wouldn't like force you to quit. They would wait and see how far you went.
No, let me tell you this because I had an experience and I distinctly remember this because I hated one person in this PE class during a junior high year, they went up to how much one person can go before they stop. So we would like people who would just like do the minimum and just like, okay, I'm fine, would actually take breaths because this was like a multi-day thing where we're doing like actual laps, we're doing fitness gram pacer tests, push-ups, sit-ups, and all that.
Oh
And
yeah,
I just
they
remember,
divided it like into they divided it into like one or two things per day, and the whole thing lasted a whole week.
yeah. But what I love is I would just do like, let's say like a 30. So I look, just say, yeah, this is easy for me, blah blah blah, showboat a little bit. And then you'd get the one guy while you're sitting down going to like 80, and it's like, how are you that
There was
fast?
a
And
girl.
how
There
the
girl in
not
my
tired?
There was a girl in my fourth grade PE class that got to like 90 something. And I remember who she is because I still talk. Well, I used to talk to her when we were still in high school, but I'm obviously not going to name drop her, but
My
yeah.
man, that is
That
good.
is crazy though. Just like, because okay, first off, I haven't done a fitness gram pacer test since like sixth grade.
Dude,
Junior
Yeah,
high
it's
is
been that long.
weird.
Yeah.
I remember freshman year PE class when it came time for the pacer test. Our
Oh, I
coach,
opt out it.
yeah,
I
our
We
opt
didn't
out of
coach.
even
it.
have to do it. We were in marching band.
Well, in
No,
ours, the way it worked is if you just took the PE class, the coach was like, "All right, here's your form. Fill this. Put this number down. You're done. That's it."
no. Let me tell you
And
this.
what
I
did we do,
loved it.
Jess? I know we did
Uh,
something slightly different every year.
we we just had to do the push-ups and stuff and the sit-ups, and we had to do
Okay.
the
Oh yeah, no. They like
marathon time.
half-assed it sort of a thing.
Now,
Yeah.
me, I was lucky. I did hockey at the time during my junior high and high school level, and I just opted the out of like the PE of the whole high school. Like the whole
Jeez.
high school experience, I did not go to PE.
Why? Because you
Same.
were in hockey.
Yeah, because my coach would send them forms where it's like, oh, he did this workout this day, he did this workout this day.
Oh, okay.
And
I
here's the
mean,
thing,
yeah.
they would get like a week's worth of extras. Like I would do like in a week an exercise, but they would take in PE for a month,
Oh, jeez.
and that was just in a
Yeah.
single week. And most of my season, it normally starts in fall, and but before that, that's when the season starts. We do training beforehand, so we start in the summer.
Are you still playing, Nathan?
So no, I have stopped playing. My
Oh, that's
knees
unfortunate.
cannot handle it anymore, and my
Okay,
legs.
Mm.
okay. How old were you when you started playing?
I was 11.
And you're 20 now?
Yup.
Oh,
Not
jeez.
9 years worth of hockey, but it sucked. My back and my legs are completely crippled now.
Oh, I can imagine, dude.
Dude, no, legitimately, I hurt my leg just by the dumbest. I twisted my ankle super badly, and I dipped in an ice bucket. And I was going to a hockey camp in New Mexico at the time. So I
Oh
literally
yes.
couldn't opt out of it because we had to pay money to get into it. So I couldn't opt out of it. So they iced my leg for 3 hours. I think the temperature was around maybe, 28, 34 degrees. And I would just stick my foot in that for about a good hour, take it out for 15 minutes, and back in for 2 days.
That. that-
And if my leg hurt, too bad. I had to skate.
Yeah.
And it was like precision skating. Like we were like literally on one leg skating, and I'm like,
Speaking of
Devin, you
school,
think that little bit of ice on an ankle is bad? We had to take ice baths up
yeah,
north,
that,
and it was
Yeah.
negative temperature outside to begin with. And
yeah,
they're like, all right, ice bath time. It's like, what?
was that during your time in basic with the Navy?
Yeah, and it was part of training because the new guys had to do it because it was the whole thing about where we go and whatnot. It's not always gonna be warm,
you were
Oh,
gonna go
okay.
on the Arctic paths.
most likely.
The
Damn,
Northwest Passage, brother.
it's
Oh
actually
yeah.
not called the Northwest. It's called the North Pole Certificate of Completion. My cousin is in the Navy right now as a nuclear engineer.
Right.
You're
Well, you smart ass.
he's got an easier part than what I was doing.
Exactly. He just literally is like, if something's fixed, wait a minute, I'll go fix it. If something's broken, I'll fix that. If radiation's leaking, we got to abandon sub.
At
Speaking of
that point,
school,
you're actually safer staying in the sub because as soon as you open hatches,
Oh yeah,
if
it's
you're
gonna get
around the
more.
just the moisture and the salt content in the air is high enough to set off a nuclear explosion.
Yeah, either way, it's.
Yeah. Either way, yeah, you're screwed.
But
In
he
my
has.
personal opinion, I'd rather take the health insurance from being exposed to radiation for what 5 days than have the possibility of blowing up and never coming back.
Wait, did you just say 5 days?
Yes, it'll take
Oh,
5 days to get from the nearest subport if you're inside the Arctic Circle.
fair. But most of the times they were underwater for I think 2 months straight. That's what he told me. But he
Two
literally
months
cannot
is
tell me any
minimum.
of. Like he cannot tell me any of the places he has gone. He only has like certificates where it's like, oh yeah, I've been to Antarctica. I've been over this line. I've been over that line.
Yep.
He was in.
Um,
He went to Asia, or the North Pole, somewhere in the Pacific. Can't remember where, but it was very important apparently. And he just has a ton of certificates where he's been.
yeah, you were allowed to say like the general area. Like, I went to England for a week. For it wouldn't even be a week. You'd have like a day.
Technically, he's not allowed to tell me. He's not allowed to tell anybody outside of the military what he actually where he actually goes.
Oh yeah, specifics. Yeah, you can't say.
He doesn't even give out the general area just in case.
Oh yeah, it you can get in a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah, that I do know. But
Which is why when I explain stuff to y'all, I try to be as vague as possible.
fair, fair. Actually, can I say this? Because I'm reading on my phone about different news articles, and this just reminds me of this.
yeah, we can go ahead and segue into that. Do you mind if I explain it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what this bit is called is it's pretty much just called Newsflash. It's where we find a couple of lesser known or little known headlines, and it can be local to us or it can be anywhere in the world. And we share it with each other and we kind of discuss it.
Alrighty, I'll get started then with the
Yeah,
first one.
go ahead, Nathan.
So everyone, so this is not really local or well known news. A lot of people don't really are interested in this stuff, but I am. Apparently, NASA failed to give the U.S. military star capable crafts or space capable crafts, even though they had 10 years to produce some. Which I think is funny because it's not the first time that a NASA building would go boom. I mean, you can
Yeah,
look at
we
the
had.
Challenger.
Yeah, I was about to say we had Challenger, for instance. Well, and
Well,
we
that
also
one was
had
pretty
the
challenging to get rid of.
well,
So
and we also had the Apollo 13 disaster.
yeah, well,
Which,
you
by the
understand, but
way,
Ben,
I have photos from this that are framed. But when I was in the first grade, I met the flight control commander in Houston and the actual crew commander from Apollo 13.
wow, you have all this life experience, and when's Ben? I just love this fact. You will learn Ben that is like 5 years out of date.
I have ADHD, dude. Off.
You just recently found out about Fallout New Vegas.
Okay, I knew about Fallout New Vegas for a
Okay,
while. I just didn't.
funny
I
story,
just never
Jeff.
Speaking of
played it.
that, speaking of that,
I don't want to hear
We
shit.
bought that at GameStop for the 360 finally.
What, Fallout New Vegas?
and Halo Reach,
Yeah,
yes,
Halo Reach.
I got it at a
Dude,
resale store for the 360 for like $5.
we got it at GameStop, dude.
I went to 806 Games in Lubbock. Shout out to them.
You know what?
I
You're not
literally
the
Free
only
shout
bought a
out
person.
copy
now.
of.
You're
I bought a Halo book and a Halo Reach for the 360.
you're not the first person to tell me about 806 games.
Shout out to Lubbock 806,
Yeah.
right next to the mall. You know who I'm talking to, you mother.
I just don't believe that anybody even watches.
Fair.
Honestly,
No, but Ben, I was about to say, there's so many jokes you can make with NASA, but apparently, I think it's funny that SpaceX, which is let's say, a pretty new company compared to NASA,
Yeah,
is
it's fairly
producing
new.
and making more with less.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Because
It's
it's
like space.
civilian owned.
Well, and
It doesn't have to. It doesn't have regulations that NASA does.
yeah, and
NASA has to
Exactly.
get
well, and
approval for
NASA
everything.
wasn't NASA technically created as a military institution during like the space
Yes.
race? Exactly. So there's all these different military contractors and a bunch of other stuff that has to go through NASA. So they're limited by the government, and SpaceX isn't. Like Jesse said, it's a privately owned, civilian owned company, and it
Who can beat the U.S. military?
well, it's impressive, Nathan, like you said, because with what little they have, they're able to make and do so much. I mean, and don't get me wrong, because they have people from the Space Force that'll like work on their engines and stuff like that, and I know that because my cousin is in the Space Force, and he worked on the lander for the Falcon 9.
Okay, can we all agree that the U.S. military Space Force could have had a better name?
Well,
I
what did
mean,
you want to call it? Star Trek?
No, like give them a cooler name. Like you got the Marines, the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. Like all of them are
well,
pretty
you
unique.
also
What do you want to call them? The
you have to.
Intergalactic Trade Federation? The hell?
That's Star Wars, bud, but no.
I don't give a
Uh, but like give them a cooler name instead of Space Force. You could have gone, something intergalactic, or like
Intergalactic
something like.
Defense Federation. Oh no, because of
See,
NATO. Well, okay, no. Hold on. Let's think about this. Because if NATO is involved, then it could be the Intergalactic Defense Coalition.
Yes, if NATO's involved, then yes, it would be.
the
But
IDC.
if I'm correct, Space Force
yes,
is
IDC. I don't
only.
care.
Just like how no one really cares about their work.
Like how much you guys are trying to put thought into this thing.
Thanks, Kevin, for ruining
On,
everything.
honestly,
Thanks for killing the bit there,
okay, I'm
Gavin.
gonna tear apart all of this because of how diverse space travel is gonna end up being, because of how cars would end up becoming trucks
'Cause
after they were
Gavin's a
first invented.
freaking nerd.
I
Hey,
am
so
a
am
nerd.
I.
Thank you very much. I'm also
I'm
a closet weeb. By the way, A Silent Voice. I finally got to watch that again. It is a really good movie.
really silent voice.
A Silent Voice, yes.
Real
Have, you,
quick,
I've
have any of you guys
can
ever watched it?
real
never.
quick, can I
It's on my
go ahead
list
and
though.
get my bit out of the way?
Just really quickly, I'm gonna have to get into it a little bit, but yeah, I got to get into the Silent
And
Voice.
I have
All
one.
right.
I have
Go.
one right after you. I'm just gonna say I'm already thinking about jokes here.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead.
Okay, so this one's local to us. So the Vault Legacy Gaming Center in Amarillo is now starting to sell original copies of comic books from the 90s, 80s, and 70s. It's being there's going to be a booth that's going to be in the same section as their Rage Room, and it's being operated by a master collector who buys these things in bulk.
Ben, can I say this one thing about it? I really think it's funny.
It's going
You
to be a
remember that
smart
joke?
ass.
No, you know that joke I told you, like that I just texted you guys when you brought that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just that.
I don't know, dude. It's just
I
old
can't.
superhero comics. You
No, Ben, you're
no.
missing the point.
No? What's more alarming is that's the first thing that your brain says.
My brain is dumb.
Very, very dumb.
Just a little special.
I know I'm special, but my name's not Ed.
All right, Nathan. What's your other story for us, and then we can get into Gavin's whole thing about the Space Force.
Okay, so the UK is the most intelligent e-scooters, and right now it's not looking pretty good. You know, their intelligence is like a toddler. But I do have to respect them on this. They got really close to what they were designing it for, because when I smack it, it still makes an alarm.
Was that supposed to be a riddle?
I don't.
Yes.
What?
Oh, I didn't even realize.
How?
Okay,
Oh my
say it
god!
again. Say it again, because I don't even think our viewers are gonna understand that.
You know what? No.
The listeners, you mean? I don't think there are any viewers.
The viewers.
Yeah.
Yes, the
Yeah.
live people here, sponsored the Four Horsemen, sponsored by. But I love making that joke so much.
It's great.
All right, sorry about that, guys. If you can't follow the riddle, don't follow the riddle.
Okay, so Jesse was in the Navy. Wait, no, Jesse got back in like December, didn't you?
I got back the second week of January.
Okay. Um. So you might have been around when this had happened. So you might have heard this happen, or at least the thing I'm thinking of. But what was the craziest thing that happened? And Gavin, Nathan, what was the craziest thing that had happened last year during our first year of college, in your opinion? I feel like all three of us can agree on the same thing.
I got drunk 24/7.
You ain't special. on
Okay,
that
I'm
level.
talking about like in the campus community.
Oh, the the drag show.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
That one was a thing. I'm not gonna get into it, so you guys have.
Exactly. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna get
I-
into
I'm
it.
not-
I don't think we
I'm
No.
not gonna get into it,
Nope.
but I will say, like, the response to it was surprising.
I vote we cancel Ben.
Yeah, Ben, I'm sorry, you're canceled. I'm sorry.
I just said one thing,
You're
jackasses.
canceled.
Exactly.
You're canceled.
What's
Ben,
funny
you're
about
off the
it?
show. Get out.
No, what's funny about it is Baron told me about that whole situation in my Twitch chat. That's how I found out about it.
That's how you found out, dude.
I kid you not. You can ask him about it.
Oh my god.
Like, the next time you see him, ask him about it. He'll freaking tell you.
I can't believe he did that in your chat. That is the dumbest one.
That's like the dumbest way to find out about something like that, but I love it.
Also, I'm not gonna say anything about what happened to it. I'm just gonna say what the response was. But I think this is funny. I was trying to profitize off that motherfucker. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you see the?
I was gonna make two shirts.
Did you see?
The one that says yes and the one that says no.
Did you see the photoshops that they made of the guy on Captain America's body?
Oh,
I'll try and send it to you. I'm not gonna put it on
don't,
screen.
please don't.
I'm not gonna put it on
Please
screen,
don't.
but I'll just DM it to you if I can find it later. But
Yeah, actually, can you check your DMs right now, Ben?
in which ones, main or alt? What'd you do?
Your main.
Oh god. Yeah, I just now saw that. Thanks, dude.
That was talking about your comics, but yeah, all right.
Yeah, I know what you were talking about.
All right, cool.
What have been some recent games that you guys have been getting into? I know I asked this in the first one, but it's been a while and I kind of want to catch up on that. Cuz
I knew a Minecraft update.
I have an
Let me tell you this.
I have one that's going to surprise Nathan, I believe.
Actually, I want to hear this. Go.
I've gotten into Valorant.
Oh. Oh no. No.
Need to remind you that
Alright,
the
Ben,
the only reason why I tried it the first time and during the fall semester was because of you, Kylie, and Chris.
Yes, I know, and that's why I'm saying oh.
Oh no,
And no.
the reason why I got back into it is just because like four close friends that go to the vault play, and I just wanted to be part of something instead of just playing arcade mode and Siege all night.
Sure.
I mean, and what's funny about it is I'm better in Valorant than I am in CS:GO.
It's supposed to be easier.
Yeah, I know, and that's what's infuriating.
That you still get killed.
No, that's what's infuriating is like, why can't CS:GO be easier and easier to understand like Valorant? Because even then
you would
in
kill a
the
bunch of little kids.
because even then in the unranked matches, it's still fairly balanced.
Okay, let me tell you this. It's because one, it doesn't teach you anything about like real competition. CS:GO was actually a very highly competition game because it cared more about its pros than its actual casual players.
Yeah, exactly.
And the original CS that was basically born in like one of the founding heads of esports at the time.
Oh, you guys want to see something cursed?
Are you gonna put it up on screen?
Oh, I'm putting this on screen if I can find it. It's
If you can.
I
good
tell
luck.
you right now, I guarantee you it's Ben's face.
It's not my face, dude. Relax. Oh, there it is.
Gavin,
There it
what
is.
the
There
man?
it is.
Just go with the juggler. Damn.
It's like Jesus.
I will
but-
not be the one juggling, alright? You look at that face. I don't think I'm the one that's juggling.
Oh,
Okay.
Torch stuck. Torch stuck.
You should really just not say anything because it's just kind of peak thrown right back at
Do you know
somebody.
what that is?
Door is stuck. Back
But
up.
Doge.
We're dead.
Please.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Doge is stuck.
In the door. What will he do?
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about that?
What?
So I didn't know if I mentioned it on the recording or not because I have a memory of a goldfish.
We all do, I'm pretty
Do you-
sure.
No, let me tell you this though. Did you know that Osama bin Laden played Counter-Strike?
I saw that. I saw an infographic show video about it a couple days ago. When I heard that,
So-
it blew my mind.
It also blew Osama bin Laden's.
Oh my lord.
Okay, come on.
That's a cut, G. That's gonna be a cut.
Is it? Is it
Yeah.
though?
That was a
Yeah.
cut below the
You want to
waist,
know what's
sorry.
funny about that
You're getting
image?
red
Oh,
flag.
I'm sorry. Let me dump it into an ocean or something.
You want to
Okay.
know? You want to know what's funny about that image? I found it the day after we recorded that episode with Scott. Because if you guys remember, he mentioned the door stuck clip being remade in CS2. The day after that, I found that image.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I was like, holy crap.
Honestly.
I'm actually surprised you didn't find it sooner.
Well, and another thing is,
Because
and here's the thing. iFunny with June being what it is has just been a cesspool of dinosaur memes. And if you get the joke, you get the joke. If you don't, I'm not explaining
Oh.
it.
and if you're old enough to use iFunny, I'm sorry. There's so many better memes.
I gotta
Dude,
look
there's
at
still
the-
some
I'm
bangers
looking
in
at
the. There's still
monthly
some.
games for PlayStation.
There's still some
It's
bangers in
bad.
the featured section of iFunny.
Shut up. No, you cannot. No, I'm not letting you excuse that.
Well, good
I've
news,
had
Mother Yuck.
iPhone
I
since,
am.
like sophomore year.
Same.
Same.
Apparently, I have two NBA 2K23 for free now.
EA Pass.
No, PS Plus.
EA Sports play to win or pay to win. Sorry, I'm screwed up the
EA
joke.
Sports. It's
Good
in
job.
your wallet.
It's in your wallet.
Not
was a
wrong.
good
You are
one.
not wrong, my man.
That was a good one. Well, and even that's a good topic. Like even then, even with like EA doing the pay to win, it's not just their sports games, because it was Battlefront.
Everything.
Well, it was Battlefront
no.
too, because there were pay to win loot boxes that botched the launch back in
No.
like
Mhm.
whenever it came out, like 2016 or something.
And you are absolutely wrong. The first time they were doing this type of practice was actually during their baseball game, MBL, where you can get, if you're playing against online players, you can get custom players from different
Well, I
regions.
didn't play online when I was growing up, Nathan.
I know. It saved you a lot of mental trauma.
And it saved me a lot of money.
Not comparatively. It's like a 50-50 crapshoot.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing. My parents were, well, my mom specifically was, like, very paranoid. Because
With
she...
you, I would say yes.
Okay. But, like, she was always concerned that, like, something bad might have happened. Like, someone could connect to my IP address and find me and kidnap me or whatever. Some weird like that. That would never happen. So
Damn.
I never played online. Like, the very first time I ever had an online account of my own was when I was 16.
Was it Minecraft?
No, it was Xbox Live Gold.
Good.
Yeah. Another thing is like because of that, I couldn't be that big of a dumbass online.
At least you
Even
got
though you
this.
are.
At least did you at least skip like the squeaker phase?
Oh
'Cause
yeah, I
every
did.
person new to online, they always have the squeaker phase.
I didn't start playing online until I was 16.
I know, but you can still have a squeaker phase.
Yeah, I never went through the squeaker phase. If anything,
Which,
it was me just like mindlessly, like I'd have my mic turned off unless I was playing with my friend group. But I would just mindlessly sit in front of my TV and play like World War II and try and complete daily challenges. That's all I did online. Like I wouldn't talk, I wouldn't yell, I wouldn't do anything. I was just sitting there and mindlessly playing, and that was a therapy for me. I get calling it a therapy wouldn't really be a good idea. I'd say it's more of just like a coping mechanism. It's more of an escape, you know?
I do know that because I do that very often. But Ben, I was gonna say this one thing because I feel so bad for you.
What do you mean?
You did not grow up playing Black Ops 2.
Yeah, but I still know the history behind the online servers.
Let me tell you this. I was introduced to Call of Duty with World at War from my dad.
The way I got introduced
Wow.
to Call of Duty was from the original Black Ops from my grandfather. Because, you know, like I said last time, he had an original Xbox 360. But,
Fair.
I have memories of me playing split screen with him with his online friends.
You know what I think is the coolest fact about my dad, though?
Yeah, what's up?
When I was 8, he introduced me to GTA.
Oh,
Cool.
that's a cool
GTA
dad right
Okay.
there. You
and
know
I
that's a
have
cool
a
dad.
hot take on GTA personally. I hate
Okay.
the series.
Okay. What caused the hate for the
I
series?
can
That's the
agree
better
with that
question.
because, well, no.
A lot of long-term trauma.
There it is. Thank you.
Well, and
Yes.
another thing is GTA is not meant to be for everyone. Like it's
Only
meant
for the
to fit.
psychos.
Yeah, only for the psychopaths and people who have a lot of stress to relieve.
I don't know about
Oh
that one.
crap.
No, I wouldn't say that, Ben. I would say mostly psychopaths.
Yeah, no, because if you have a lot of like stress to
Or
take
people
out on
struggling to
somebody
get content for YouTube.
That's
True.
nowadays. That's the nowadays.
Yeah, I know,
that's-
because you have a
that's
bunch of
mostly
people on the
now.
modded servers and everything.
Which
Yeah.
I actually did. I did not like.
Oh, did I
I
tell you about
hated
that
the
stuff that
modded.
happened with Technogore on Twitter?
No.
Did I? Oh, okay.
Nothing Twitter.
Wait. Also, who?
Nothing Twitter related, please.
Okay, so I'll tell the story real quick. There's a dude on Twitter named Technogore who's this weird, like, Technoblade wannabe. I woke up about a week ago to a notification from Twitter on my phone from him, and I don't even follow him. but it was this entire like thesis paragraph on an angry rant, and it was hating on Nogla. And I put like a
Wait,
it was
the
a-
Heini Nogla?
Dahi the Nogla,
Huh.
the Irishman that plays with like Grizzly
Yes.
in them.
He started off with Vanoss, but alright.
Well, yeah, he was part of the original Vanoss crew and everything, but yes. But I put a SpongeBob. I replied with a SpongeBob meme. It's the rainbow meme, and it said, "Damn, that's crazy." But who the asked? And he lost his mind in the replies after that.
He responded to you? Damn.
Yes, like everyone. I started scrolling through his replies like a couple of days after he had tweeted that. And there were so many people with like, "We don't care, we didn't ask for this, you're insane." He tried to personally attack anyone in his replies that didn't agree with him.
Mm.
And it's insane that people like that exist. It's like people out that are intentionally trying to start.
Who knows, Ben? If you keep up streaming, that might be you.
You really think I'd start drama for no damn reason?
Fair.
Yes.
Normally, that's my shtick, but
Well,
yeah,
and
fair.
that's another thing is when I got close to like doing, or when I got close to affiliate with Twitch, I had this like little internal conversation with myself. It's like, all right, don't intentionally try and get into drama. If you're wrapped up in it, then get out as quickly as possible.
Drama always finds someone.
Well, and if you're smart enough and if you know how to avoid it, you can get away, or you can avoid drama in your career. That's not going to stop you from being exposed to it.
Fair.
I mean, because you don't have to actively be involved. You could just be that one dude who's just sitting there in a freaking seat just watching two people go back and forth on Twitter.
Ben, can I say this right now?
You've said like 18 million things, but go ahead.
Off, but alright. But I have to say this to you. Have you ever realized that I can just pull you into an argument like at any time?
I don't really give a Nathan.
You know, I bet you secretly do. But now you have to wonder if that's just being me or am I trying to bring it out of you?
No, you're just trying to be a
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. You're always trying to be a
I don't know what you mean.
bullshit. You're always trying to, like, make a short joke or some shit like that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's a good little short topic that we can end on? Because we're almost to an hour right now. Gavin, shut the fuck. Nathan, shut up.
That's not even gas.
I can give you a little, a very interesting, a silent voice.
Your mic is.
Have any of you? I know it's probably not the best still. I'm using my phone right now.
Well, it just keeps cutting out.
Does that because of PlayStation?
Mm.
I can try to switch over to like my phone if I need to, but have either of you ever heard of a silent voice?
A silent
Oh,
what?
man. You
A
caused
silent
weeb-
voice.
You
A
caused
silent
Okay.
weeb,
voice?
It's an anime movie.
Nate,
No, I
have you
don't.
seen it?
No, I don't really pay too much attention to anything anime.
Okay. Sadly, it is only subbed for pretty much everywhere, and honestly, it's well worth to just watch the sub version. It is a sad movie,
It
but
really
it is
is.
so worth watching.
That's it.
Like
Okay.
I literally bought it on.
You bought it on YouTube?
Yes, because I couldn't. I was not going to do Netflix subscription.
Okay, speaking of
I'm not.
movies, real quick, anyone who has this information, please, is for me and for the listeners. Do we have an official release date for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
September of this year.
is that the official date? Because I've seen
September 17th.
okay, because I've seen stuff that says it's gonna come out in December, stuff that's gonna say it's gonna come out in October, stuff that says it's coming out in November. I just want to know for sure.
I know I'm gonna be watching it the day of when it releases.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Like, I have a feeling
because then you're gonna figure out which is the old FNAF fans and what is the new FNAF fans.
Absolute-
And it's gonna be very stunning.
we talked
to
about
watch.
we had talked about this during a CS:GO session one night. Nathan, it was me, you, Baron, Kylie, and I think Valchris. And
Oh
I
yeah,
think-
that's the one where I was trying to clutch and you just wouldn't stop talking, and I'm trying to tell you to shut up. So I
Okay,
can
you do realize
focus.
that there's a keybind to mute, that you can set keybinds to deafen in Discord.
Does it look like I'm gonna set that up?
It takes like 3 clicks, you gorilla.
Ben, you know me to be a lazy type of person.
You
Do
ape
you
head ass.
expect- Dude, I barely do like keybinds to make my life easier. Do you think I'm
I
gonna
have
do
an
it
official
to play
date.
a game?
You got an official date, Gavin?
What is the official
Friday,
date?
October 27th, 2023.
That's what I thought.
October. My bad.
Yeah.
I can own
Specifically,
up to my
Friday,
mistake,
October
Ben.
27th.
Okay, here's a good topic that might start an argument. Who would you want to cast for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie who hasn't already been casted yet?
Markiplier, if he's actually if he's in the movie, I'm fine with that. I want him as a main actor.
Yeah, I know. Well, and I have an old coworker who used to watch my streams back when I still used to do them. We had this conversation back in like February, and back at that time they still needed a voice actor for the phone guy. And so like we had this whole like 20-minute discussion about how like Mark could be a good phone guy voice actor.
That I highly agree. Because who wouldn't want to hear Mark?
Oh, absolutely. And I'm very excited. It's the actor behind Shaggy from the 2002 Scooby-Doo movie.
Can we also say that
He's
opening
playing
soundtrack is
well-
a banger?
Oh yeah. Outcast did not have to make it that good. But anyways, I think that dude's playing Afton.
Oh
is
no,
like-
that it has been decided that he is playing Afton.
Yeah, I know, but that's the biggest buzz about the movie that's still going on. Is that dude's playing Afton. It's like everyone needs to calm down. That this has been news for like what, 5 months now?
Fair, but who wouldn't like to see him as Afton killing a bunch of kids?
Okay, well the fact that that sentence out of context is insane.
Dude, most of me out of context is insane.
That's what I should do for bonus episodes, is just take a bunch of from you out of context.
It's mostly gonna be funny jokes or just terrible puns.
Well, I don't know, because there have been some good things that we have said in like conversations that would be perfect taken out of context.
Any of the CS:GO like gaming streams, you
Oh,
can take 'em out of
no.
that. You can take them out of that.
You could make a rage compilation out of those things.
It's mostly about me telling you to shut up. I'm not joking. I remember more times where I'm like, Ben, please be quiet. Ben, shut up, please. There's a bunch of them, man. There is a bunch.
I actually wonder how many of those I have saved. Let me take a look at my Twitch real quick, and I'll tell you. Because I know I have the 8-hour CS:GO stream saved.
And if anybody would like to see me rage at Ben, you can always go to those. I think they're all, what is it called? Archived?
I don't think I have any of those clips saved,
Damn.
unfortunately.
What is it? Almost an entire semester full of compilation of me just screaming.
I feel like it would just be me yelling.
That is true. You did yell a lot.
Let's see. There's 1, 2,
3, 4.
and there's a couple of clips on my channel from CS:GO. There's one that happened a while back, and this was right before I moved, I believe, and I almost got an ace.
Fair. Once you get the first ace, you're gonna realize you're not gonna pull that off in a while.
Dude, I've gotten so close, and then just immediately, it's just one tiny little mistake sends it all down. That's what
think
makes
I've
me
had,
mad
like-
about it.
Yeah, I remember doing pulling an ace like I think 12, 13 times. So trust me, they're few and far between because I started in 2016.
Oh yeah. Alondra, I just got a service medal not too long ago in CS:GO.
I'm just still pissed that you got CS2 first.
They actually announced an update to that beta.
I know,
Just
and
recently.
I'm very. I'm just can't wait till it goes to public. I'm really hoping it goes
They're
to
s-
public.
They're saying it's supposed to go public like winter of this year to like January of next year.
I will be happy.
I
And I'll
don't-
probably play the $60.
I feel like since I don't know, cause I did the beta, so I might get it for free. I don't know. I need to figure
you
out how to
won't.
get it to run again.
Ben,
Hmm.
I know a lot of people from a lot of different places, especially from different, working, where I know him from. I know a guy who was a game tester for EA, and let's just say when they were testing out Steam compatibility, he got full access keys, not just like beta. He got full access keys. So
Damn.
even when he, the beta's done, he's like, all right, it's pretty good. He will get to keep the full game and get paid for it.
Lucky.
It's not about luck, Ben. It's about what you do with it.
What is? Do we want to end on that? Because we've been going for an hour and 10 minutes.
Dude, it is 12. I have a shift in the morning. I do not give a flying.
Yeah, I feel like that. All right, cool. We'll just send it on flying.
Me saying that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
okay. You guys.
We'll end it on flying. Nathan, do you want to take us
Yeah.
out?
You guys. I'm going home.
All right.
We done then?
Well, again, thank you guys for listening to this week. Sorry we couldn't get one out last week because Gavin was traveling and I tried to. But we're glad we could come back together and get another one going, and hopefully we'll be good to go for next week. But aside
And thank
from
you
that,
for. Oh, sorry, Ben. Are you gonna finish?
do not make that sponsorship joke again.
What do you mean?
The you
I
you
just
made
want to
the
tell you that I'm taking a good drink out of
all right. Well, I gotta go to bed.
official sponsors of the Four Horsemen.
Shut the up. You always make a damn sponsorship joke.
Dude, there's so many that we can just make. Sponsored by.
All right. Well, and hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next week. Peace.